Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon once again. We're tracking an investigation out of Lexington this afternoon. That's where human remains were found just off Citation Boulevard near Georgetown Road.
The coroner's office tells us they have found the rest of the body this morning near where the remains were found last night. Now investigators are trying to find out who they belong to. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is joining us live from Citation Boulevard with our top story at 12:30. Whitney?
The majority of the remains were found when investigators got on scene this morning, but because of how decomposed they were, it will be difficult to figure out who they belong to. The remains were first discovered around 7 o'clock yesterday in this field off Citation Boulevard. Coroner Gary Genn says they were found about 500 feet from the road. He says animals likely scattered pieces of the body, but all of the parts were found in the same area. This property is owned by the Lexington Fayette County Urban Government and is considered a floodplain. Genn says there has been a homeless camp set up somewhere on this property at one point. He says investigators will be checking the missing persons log to see if these remains match up with anyone on that list.
So I'm going to rely on our forensic anthropologist to tell me for sure that this is a male, but I do believe it is from the bony structures that I've seen. And I'm going to rely on our forensic anthropologist to hopefully tell me a height of the individual as well as possibly a weight.
Genn says the remains will be sent to Frankfurt. From there, they'll go to Knoxville for a forensic anthropologist to review. At this time, investigators say there's no way to tell a possible cause of death. Live in Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
Whitney, thank you. The coroner believes the remains have been there for at least 6 to 9 months.
A mother on her way to her children's school for a field trip was killed in a Lincoln County crash. That violent crash happened on U.S. Highway 150 and 643 around 8 o'clock this morning. 34-year-old Jessica Mobberly of Crab Orchard was on her way to the school when police say her truck collided with a tractor trailer. We're told the driver of the tractor trailer wasn't injured. And in Clay County, deputies are still searching for a suspect in a school bus hit and run. Investigators say Gary Daniels hit a school bus in Perry County Wednesday morning. Authorities tracked Daniels to the Oneida area of Clay County. We're told he has a long criminal history and may be dangerous.
A student was taken to UK Hospital today after being bumped by a car. That happened on Center Parkway in Lexington. That's right near Tates Creek Middle School. Police say the student was bumped by the car around 8:30 this morning. The child taken to UK Hospital simply as a precaution.
We are tracking the latest in a Lexington murder case. In 2011, Steve Nunn pleaded guilty to killing Amanda Ross, his former fiancée. Today, he's trying to get that plea thrown out, saying his attorney at the time he had pleaded guilty to Ross's murder and he was found responsible for her death in a wrongful death lawsuit. That hearing is expected to last a full day. A 6-month drug investigation came to a close today, and it's to keep your kids safe.
Operation Fright Night was completed this afternoon, and 12 people involved in drug trafficking have been arrested. WKYT's Mark Barber breaks down the operation in a story that's new here on WKYT at 12:30.
Officers say a 6-month-long drug investigation here in Nicholas County led to 12 drug trafficking arrests this morning. Investigators tell us the people who were caught in the drug sting were trafficking marijuana and prescription pills like oxycodone. Nicholas County Sheriff's deputies and Carlisle police officers say around 5 o'clock this morning they started searching for 14 suspected drug dealers, and within an hour and a half they say they had 12 of them in custody. The sheriff tells us that some of the people who were caught were running major pill trafficking operations, selling between 200 and 300 pills a month. We're told this drug roundup didn't net as many suspected drug dealers as previous sting operations because dealers are getting smarter.
Everyone visits the doctors out of state. They're just like a mom and pop shop.
3 of the people caught in the sting have been arrested on drug charges before. Officers tell us not only are the repeat offenders costing taxpayers money, they are also costing law enforcement time and resources.
Jails are full and they just have to release them. And like I said, they see they're only going to have to pull 2 or 3 months, and it was good money at what they were doing before, and they just picked right back up.
Officer Gary Kinder says after drug offenders have been convicted several times, the penalties get stiffer. He hopes that will keep the cycle from repeating itself again. In Nicholas County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. The people who were arrested in the sting are being held in the Bourbon County Detention Center.
As Kentucky high school football teams are pushing towards playoffs, parents on the sidelines may not be aware of the safety risk their child is facing every time he puts on a helmet. A WKYT investigation has uncovered several school districts in the area are putting what researchers consider adequate or less than adequate helmets on football players. We traveled to Virginia Tech, where the first of its kind where a star rating system tells us consumers what's the worst and the best adult football helmet on the market.
One of the main things we were trying to tell people is that the difference between the bad and the good helmets is dramatic. They all pass NOxI, but do you want the one that just barely passes, or do you want the one that passes by a lot?
Tonight at 6 o'clock, find out what rating the helmets in your district received and why the rating can mean the difference in your child's safety.
Well, only 5 days are left until the Kentucky general election, and the Attorney General's office says an election fraud hotline will be available. They say that the hotline is available to help combat voter fraud. If you witness election irregularities or possible election law violations, then you're urged to call the hotline in Frankfort. Attorney General Jack Conway says that hotline ensures fair elections. For more information, go to WKYT.com.
Well, if you're still in need of a flu shot, there will be a free drive-through flu clinic today in Frankfort. The 3 for Free clinic is from 5:30 to 7:30 tonight. It will be at the Commonwealth Credit Union on Sauer Boulevard. In exchange for a free flu shot, participants are asked to donate 3 non-perishable food items. Only adults are eligible for today's free flu shots.
Some exciting things are happening this afternoon as a group of preschoolers is trying to break a world record. About 80 kids from Winburn's Child Development Center, along with more than 4,000 students across the country, are reading the same book at the same time. The goal is to set a new record for the world's largest vocabulary lesson. The kids will learn words like magnificent and wilderness.
One of the things that we try to instill in our children is that increased vocabulary and that love of reading. And if you can tie the two together like this activity does, it teaches them they're not just reading a book, they're learning from that book.
We just spoke with a preschool and we found out that they did, in fact, break the record. The old record was 250 students. The new record is 4,000. So now it stands for the ages.
Absolutely, it does.
Well,
That's a great job.
congratulations. Yeah. Well, what is the most effective surgery to lose weight?
And an alternative for adults with hard-to-treat epilepsy. Ebony Williams has details in this Better Living report.
Adults with epilepsy that doesn't respond to medication may want to consider a low-carb, high-fat diet. Maryland researchers found patients on modified Atkins diets and ketogenic diets had fewer seizures. Those diets include things like bacon, eggs, butter, leafy vegetables, and fish. Scientists in Cincinnati have created the first human stomach tissue with stem cells. They say the gastric tissue can be used to study stomach cancer and diabetes and pave the way to generating other organ tissues. And a new study finds gastric bypass surgery results in greater weight loss than stomach banding. But Seattle researchers found bypass surgery had a higher risk of short-term complications. Doctors say both procedures have potential risks and benefits. That's a look at some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.